not adjust your TV set or mobile device. You are still watching Booed FM's YouTube channel. We are Anonymous FM, and we have had enough of Booed glamorizing billionaires on his channel. For far too long, he's allowed them to use his platform to highlight their abuse of power and money. So we are here to put a stop to this, and to force these billionaires and Booed into helping actual clubs in need. If Booed doesn't comply with our demands, we will delete his channel. Now, two series in particular have caused us much anger. These are the Billionaire Challenge and Tycoon series. In both these series, these billionaires used their vast wealth to take over clubs, pump them full of money, and compete against each other for sport and their own entertainment, only to throw these clubs away like a used condom once they've had their fun. Now, why would these rich and powerful men do as we wish, I hear you ask? Our computer hackers here at Anonymous FM HQ have gained access to their bank accounts, and we have the power to wipe these accounts or transfer the funds to wherever we wish. What makes this situation worse is that over 100,000 of you watched and supported these videos. Shame on you. So what is our plan? We have selected 4 billionaires, 2 from each series. They will be split into 2 teams of 2 and will be made to compete against each other in our very own challenge. Team 1 will consist of American tech giant Texas J and the man he loves to hate, Russian gas tycoon Huja Nikobolikov. Team 2 will be lifelong enemies, Noah Ryan and Ricardo Oliveira. With both teams made up with men who hate each other and are forced to work together to save their fortunes, this should make for interesting viewing. Now, 2 historic English clubs have recently gone into extinction, BURYFC and MACCLESFIELDTOWN. We want to use these billionaires to revive these clubs' fortunes. Team 1 will take over BURYFC and Team 2 MACCLESFIELDTOWN. Both teams must race to be the first team to win the EPL title. The new owners will pay for their clubs to enter into level 8 of the English football pyramid. Now, unlike previous challenges, the winners must leave £1 billion in the club's bank accounts once the challenge is over, and they will then be allowed to keep whatever they have left of their fortunes. The losers, on the other hand, will also have to leave £1 billion in the club's accounts, but what's left of their fortunes will be donated to the mental health charity Evolving Mindset. Plenty of incentive to win this challenge. So let the race to the EPL title begin. Which team of selfish billionaires will win and hang on to their fortunes, and which team will be applying for a job on the checkouts at Aldi supermarket once all this is over? Let us know in the comments who you think will come out on top. And finally, remember, we are all seeing, we are everywhere. So make sure you behave, stay good, eat all your vegetables, and hit the like button on this video, or it will be you we come for next. Now enjoy the show.
So hello, I'm Booed and welcome to the channel and welcome to a brand new video. Although it's not a video I thought I'd be making because I'm being forced to make it by them dudes in the Guy Fawkes masks. But pretty menacing, to be fair. If I don't comply and do what they wish and highlight this challenge, they're going to delete my channel. So, you know, you can always do me a bit of a favour, smash the like button, it'll still help me. Make sure you watch it all. Subscribe if you're new, go check out my other content. But for now, I've got to do what these Muppets want, and that is take you on a journey. So of course you've heard what Mr. Anonymous FM said. Hopefully you got it all in, but we'll talk a little bit about it first. They have, of course, taken over 2 teams. Now, you may or may not have seen these series. The majority of them were all on FM19. There was like 5 episodes of the Billionaire series where it was 4 Playboy billionaires. They used to go around doing challenges, trying to win Champions Leagues around the world. Bits of story to them, which I really enjoyed. And then there was a Tycoon series, which kind of follows over 3 episodes, 2 billionaires, kind of like going up against each other in a way. And they've obviously been forced into 2 teams to compete all the way to a Premier League title. Now, obviously, it's quite sad in real life what's happened to Bury and Macclesfield. And if you go into the editor, they've been made extinct. So when a team gets made extinct, they lose all the players. I think they lose the history. The only thing they seem to keep is the facilities and the name. So they are starting from scratch here. Now, I've also done a few other little tweaks. But just to show you at first, we have a new owner and chairman of Bury. It is Huja Nikobolikov, the Russian, and Texas Jay, the American. Now, they always had a bit of a bickering in the Billionaire series, so they were never the best of friends out of the four. So, you know, they don't get on. But it's friendly banter. They've got to work together, though, to try and save their fortunes. And, of course, we have MACCLESFIELDTOWN, and I've tried to make it as equal as possible with everything, apart from the stadiums. I know they've got facilities, and I think I've changed the facilities to be the same level so they can grow. But when it came to the stadiums, I've left it be. And they too have their new owners, Gibraltar and Ricardo Oliveira, who was always the bitter one, and Noah Ryan from Tycoon 1 from Northern Ireland. Really enjoyed them videos, I loved them. So this is just a play on both of them, bringing them together. I would say have a bit of fun really, but I'm being forced into it. So I run Macclesfield, let's stay on their facilities, and you'll see they've got basic trading, basic youth. It's all basic. I want them to grow, and these billionaires will pump money in for every year for a very, very long time. And they're all starting as well with $1 billion in the bank. So yeah, the money's there to build new stadiums, to build the facilities and compete, like to really compete. Just so you can see, I've done the same with Bury. They still play at Gig Lane. They've got a bit of an advantage early doors because they get more bums on seats. And they're at Carrington still, because they were at Carrington, which Stockport County actually rents now. Man City's old training ground. But I've put it all down to basic, really, just so it's starting from the bottom, going to the top. Now we'll just look at Bury's general page. Just take that in a minute, have a look, and then we'll switch to Macclesfield. And what you will notice is they're each other's rivals. That's one thing that gets wiped. All the rivalries and everything go. All the icons and legends go. I've not done that. That's because Football Manager have made them extinct. So they're still on the database, just have to bring them back. So we now are just each other's rivals. They hate each other, they'll never buy players off each other. Each chairman hates the other club and the other chairman, so they're just going to compete, hopefully. And we've created a new derby, the Billionaires Bash, so whenever they do face each other, hopefully it'll be a fiery one. Now they are both favourites to go up, but they've got no players. They've got a few little regen players, but they've got massive reputations. So they're going to be able to pay wages, bring in talent as they go up and up and up. But they're in the same league, so there's a chance that one might end up behind the other one. Another one get a head start for a bit. It's going to take a lot of years. So what we're going to do is we're going to jump forward 10 and just see how it's going after a decade. After 10 years, Bury find themselves in the Premier League. That's what I said. Lots of investment and lots has changed here at Bury. So they in fact started in level 8 and they came second, so they must have won the playoffs, because that's the division below what I've started out with Tame Valley. If you've not seen my Tame Valley series, it's going to be a long time series. I love it. Go and check it out. Should be 5 episodes out at the time I'm filming this. And then they've gone up into the league I started and finished second again. So they would have had to get through the playoffs in that as well. First in the Vanarama North, which is pretty cool. Second in the National League. First in League 2, first in League 1, second in the Championship, and now they've been in the Premier League and gone 7th, 8th and 7th. A few other things have changed. One of those is the stadium. Now obviously they had no legends or anything, but what I like is that Mr. Huja Nikobolikov has named the stadium after him. I love that. Huja Nikobolikov Park. Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. 22,500 all-seater, top corporate facilities, and if you look at all the training facilities, they're all superb now. I'm quite surprised it's got fairly basic youth recruitment, but each club gave the vision to become the biggest in the world. The biggest. To buy the best players, to always hire the best managers. I didn't go down the youth road. They just want to spend, and win the title. And Bury are doing bad. Maybe they're only a few years off, because they're like a top 10 team now. Already. Now when I first looked at this I thought, wow, they've won 2 FA Cups, but that's just me being stupid. Bury won 2 FA Cups a very long time ago, so they haven't won anything huge apart from some of the leagues when they've been flying up the leagues. They haven't won any national cups, any European trophies yet, and them FA Cups are old, so Bury got great history, and it just makes you more sad with what's happened to him in real life. Now in the past I've tried to go for each year transfers. It takes forever, so just trust me, they've spent hundreds of millions every year. They get at least 300 million injected in, and they have done since day one, every season by the club's owners. And then obviously as they got into the Premier League, they're getting Premier League money now, they get better sponsorship deals, all that good stuff. But you can see for yourself a few players here. A lot of them will will be real players, obviously, still. You can tell by their names. And you can tell by the values that they've got a great squad. Over to Macclesfield, and they've had a similar run. They also find themselves in the Premier League. And we can see down here, they won that league. They won that league. So Bury were always one step behind it, but coming with them. And then it switched. They came second in the National North, but obviously got promoted. Then they won the National. Second in League 2. Second in League 1. First in the Championship. So they've definitely been close. And I bet they've been derbies galore between these two clubs. But then they got into the Premier League and got relegated, which ain't great. And they come straight back up, and then last season finished 15th. So Bury are definitely the team in the lead at the minute. And you may have also noticed that one of their owners named the stadium after him as well, Ricardo Oliveira, who in Tycoon 3 actually becomes a dictator, buys himself an army, and declares Gibraltar an independent state. Great episode. Check it out. But again, superb training facilities, adequate recruitment, which ain't bad. But yeah, got some catching up to do. Now we're still on Macclesfield, and we will jump back to Bury. But obviously they've got some icons now. Harry Wilson, Danny Cowley, the manager. A few names there. But that's made me laugh how they both ended up naming the stadiums after their owners. Onto their general page at Bury, and you can see for yourself a few there. Bruno Fernandes? Adnan Januzaj, forget that, but Bruno Fernandes, as a Man United fan, just jumps out to me. So he looks like he has a great long career at United. Then he spent a couple of seasons at Bury. He's still awesome. And now he's just gone to PSG at 35. How cool is that? But what would be really cool is if one of these teams starts picking up some trophies. They've obviously picked up a few, like I said, when they come through the leagues. But no domestics or no Europeans, but that could all change, couldn't it? I mean, they've got some top players. They've got some names you'll recognise. Probably got a lot of regens too, but a lot of high value players. So these are definitely teams that I think, because they're still getting that investment, will stay in the Premier League now, hopefully, and grow and grow and grow. And someone's got to win the freaking league, or this video would go on forever. So after another 10 years, Bury still find themselves in the Premier League, but they still haven't won it. They still play at the Huji Nikobolikov Stadium, but they were forced. They're obviously up there in the Prem. Have they won anything else? Yeah, they got their hands on the Europa Conference League, which is like the third division of Europe, but it's something. It's a European trophy. It's summit. It's just not the Premier League. It's all about winning this Premier League. Macclesfield also find themselves still in the Premier League. They've kept themselves in there and grown and look like the bigger team now. Still playing at the Ricardo Oliveira Stadium. They're looking like a top 5 team here. In fact, they're top 4 and are now Champions League, which is very exciting. And they've finally won themselves some trophies. I'd say 2 decent ones, of course, the Carabao Cup. So they finally got their hands on some domestic top silverware. And one better than Bury, they picked up a Europa League. And they have got some players, and we're going to look at 3 of the best-ish. Not going off value, I'll have a look at who I think's the best. Maybe a striker, a midfielder and a defender. But look at the values, they've gone crazy. I will start with Younissa Kamara, 27-year-old Englishman, 40 goals in 47 games. What a player. He's played for Bristol City and Burnley, and then he come to Macclesfield. You think you must be shit. But yeah, times have changed in the year 2040. Next, look at 28-year-old Adrian King. He's English as well. Good central midfielder, can actually play up top. Bristol City as well. The Bristol City become this like world-class player-making academy or something. What's going on there? And they've got tons of top players, but I think this is probably one of their best defenders. Used to play for Stoke and Villa, now finds himself at Macclesfield. He's English, but wow. I can't say that name. Bury, who I think took the lead and looked like they could have been the team on top, have let it slip. Well, I don't know why. They've got great players by the look of it, but none of the higher value. But then Macclesfield are now Champions League, aren't they? Starting with Joshua Ware, who is their highest valued. He looks good. I thought he'd be a bit better for 64 mil. But England, man, must have some good players. But England have done well. They have Bruno Santos on the right wing. 28-year-old Portuguese fella. The regen face have got a bit better this year, haven't they? I've got to admit, once you do stuff like this, you start looking, they are a bit better. Some of them are very samey, but it's an improvement. And defensively, we've got Doriano van der Pitte. That's what I'm going for. 28 years old, Dutch. Decent defender, can play in defensive midfield. And again, they've got some talent, haven't they? I think they should be doing a bit better with the money they've got. Let's have a look at the managers, and we'll start with Bury. And we'll see, big names, any good names. Because you start with no staff or anything, so you really are growing this club. And I think I noticed Paul McGuinness, caretaker, great coach. Charlie Austin's been a caretaker. Andrew Robertson, that's a Liverpool left back, I'm guessing. Look at that, Dijon, he's been there 2 years. Memphis Depay was the manager. Charlie Austin's done a good job as an assistant, and now they've had this chap now for a year and a bit. But is he going to be enough? Is he going to be the man to finally win a Premier League? Well, over to Macclesfield and their manager history, and they've had a few names that are recognisable. They've got Antonio Conte as their manager at the minute, which is pretty cool. That's Scott Parker. I mean, why do I recognise his name? I recognise his name because he was the Macclesfield manager. He got sacked from Macclesfield, went to Newcastle, then Leeds, and now he's at Bury. Whenever you do stuff like this, there's so many little weird crossovers like that. It'd be cool if they do win now. If he wins them the league, they'll be like that, won't he? To Ricardo and Noah, he sacked me, should have kept me. Now this is just a shameless plug for my series with Tame Valley FC. I built this within the same universe, mainly because I thought it'd be good to see how they do. And anyone who does watch my Tame Valley series might wonder how they do. So in the year 2040, they do finally find themselves as a league club after spending all this time in the non-league. I'm hoping we can get there a lot quicker than that. Hopefully we can with me as manager. And if you haven't checked this series out already, go and check it out. You'll find it on my channel. If you watch the first few episodes and I'm stopped for some reason because it's Christmas, make sure you catch up, because it's honestly, I think it's going to be a great ride. Anyway, enough of that. This is the season preview for this year. And I can say someone does win the Premier League in the next couple of years. Even though Macclesfield are the Champions League team, get a new manager, did they sell players, did they drop off? Bury, who are predicted to be 8th this year, can they finally get their shit together over the next few seasons? I like to see Man United at the top as a Man United fan. That's pretty cool. And in case you're wondering, that's 20 years worth of Premier League dominated by United, Chelsea, Arsenal sneaked in, City got a couple, Liverpool got a couple. Man United won the most. Hopefully that can actually happen in real life. Now I nearly made this a Champions League challenge, but I changed my mind, just went for the Premier League. I thought it'd be nice and keep it in England. But these are the winners of the Champions League the last 20 years. Man United have popped on there a few times, which is pretty cool. But it's not about this. It's about who can win the Prem. So we need to jump forward a couple of years and let's see who did it. Let's see who's keeping their fortunes, and let's see who's going to Wildy. Well, I've had to jump forward a couple of years, but as you can see, it was Macclesfield. I think they definitely had that run towards the end. Noah, Ryan and Ricardo Olivieri were more focused and made better decisions, maybe managerial. The managers brought in better players, and they've just really gone for it. And to be fair, only just won it. United were the favourites this year, but finished in 3rd. But look how tight that is. It could have been anyone's. Like, absolutely anyone's. They've only beat City by a point, United by 3. Only losing 3 games, drawing a lot, but yeah, they've got the 2 leading goal scorers in the league, 2 players in the top 3. I mean, they're definitely a good team, and they've definitely won the challenge. And when Ricardo and Noah leave, now they get to keep whatever they've got left financially, but they have to leave a billion in the bank of Macclesfield so they can carry on being top. And to be fair, even though they've been a good team for a lot of years, I was really surprised that they didn't manage to pick up a lot more trophies. Obviously, we know about the Carabao Cup, we knew about the Europa League, but maybe a Champions League, or an FA Cup, 1 or 2 FA Cups, another Carabao Cup. But they've picked up the big one and they've done what they needed to do. And they did it with a different manager, Leonardo Jardim, the Portuguese fella. He was a manager that finally brought him that title. Bury, on the other hand, have not really improved since we last looked. They've been like a top 10 side, never really even been a favourite to get into a European spot, and they've now got to the point where they've got Teddy Deeney, a regen manager. So it's a bit disappointing, and they never managed to pick up any cups either, which really surprises me because it's a lot of years have gone by. Every year I say this, but I really do believe you can tell this game's made by an English company, because England always win a World Cup. They always win a World Cup, and they've won 3. Well, I'm going to leave you here now with the champions, Macclesfield Town. Just a bit of fun. It was great to work with my friend. Just want to thank him for playing the part of Anonymous FM, and it was great to just kind of work with these characters again from 2 of my most favourite series, who hopefully I can think of something and bring them back at some point, because I really did used to enjoy them both. So, you know, long-time viewers of mine will know what they are. If you haven't already seen them, I know they're on older games, but they might be worth a watch if you're bored and you're still off work at Christmas. But yeah, thank you for sitting here for this. It is just a bit of fun, nothing to take too serious. If you want to have a go at it, let me know and I'll make the save file available. You have to let me know. But I just appreciate you sitting here watching, hopefully hitting that thumbs up, and just appreciate the support. So, hope you had a great Christmas. I'm Bood. I'll see you next time.